Yo, that's like the best call ever, Doc. Hold on.
Well, it's Trayvon.
What's good, people? I'm Anson Henry, and welcome to Sprinterviews. First episode, so you know we had to start out with a bang. Today we've got the 2022 Diamond League champion in the 100 meters and also a bronze medalist in the 100 meters in 2022 at the World Championships. He's a 60-meter world indoor champion and also ranked number 1 in the 100 meters in the world in 2022. Whatever that means. I know Fred Curley got something to say about that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste no more time, yo. Big up. And give a warm Sprinterviews welcome to Mr. Trayvon Bromell. Trayvon, what's up, man? Respect for joining. Trayvon's on the move right now. He's a busy guy. Let's just jump right into this. Do you look forward to having like the clashes, dog, and coming out on top of some of those clashes?
I got exposed to the fast life of track and field at an early age.
Trayvon Bromell, what an experience for him.
The gas, the bolts. I do want to race against a lot of the names because like this how I get better. That head-to-head joint that they put on IAAF, that joint kind of lied or it keep you on your toes, especially like if you know the person. I be like, I gotta get my lick back. The more I race against the names, the more going into these big races, I'm just like, it's like handle business, you know what I'm saying? Like do what you gotta do.
This is the World Indoor Championships 2016. Asafa Powell is cruising through the rounds, yo. Looking deadly.
Yeah, 6:43, the quickest time of the heat so far. That is red hot.
That man was cruising the 644s. After he ran in the prelims, I'm like, man, what is this man about to drop in the semis?
Well, where they go, not a great stuff from Powell. Took a long time to get going, but once he gets into his stride, he's away by a minute. 6:43.
He go out there and drop 644. I think I got first in my semi by a hair. I think it was like 50, 52, and 53. Getting to the final is always like, you know, it's always gonna be the challenge for, you know, track athletes. I don't give a damn what you did in the previous rounds. Once I got to the final, I was like, well, he's gonna have to do it on me today. That gun went off. I said, I'm gone.
And away they go. And can Powell get into running, getting it going now? But no, he's not going to do it once again. It's been shaded out. Trayvon Bromell is the man.
Race antics, dog. Don't stop doing this, dog. Ain't no one doing this no more, yo. This shit is getting boring.
When you have a world championship on your home soil, bro, you don't want nobody to come in like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like football. Like, you don't want to take no L on the home playing field. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody just counting you out and they like, oh man, this is already up for rap. Like he done ran 644. Like he's about to take this. Like I take it as disrespect. Like dang, y'all saying like he gonna come into the crib? He gonna come into the crib and just take it? Nah. I had a conversation with Bolt and he was like, bruh, don't do indoors. I'm like, what do you mean not do indoors? He was like, be real. You know, he's like, you know, look at your contract. Are you making any good money from indoors even though you're a gold medalist? I'm like, okay, you got a point. Like all the money is outdoors, you know what I'm saying? From a contract standpoint and from an event standpoint. And then he was like, man, you got the goal, that's cool. But he was like, man, focus on the 100. You want to do great things, focus on the 100. And I was like, all right, cool. So for me, like, don't get me wrong, I would run another world indoors, but I'm not pressed about it. If I run indoors, it's probably just because I want to try to break the world record.
But if there's more money indoors, you would do it.
If it was more money, yeah. Like if they was like, oh yeah, like if they had a Diamond League circuit indoors and like, yeah, you know, you get a trophy, you get about like 50 bands. Yeah, I think a lot of people would do it.
I prefer watching the 100, of course, because once people get up and actually have to maintain, that's the beautiful part of the race.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's something to being able to get out and get to top speed quickly. It's a characteristic of sprinting to go from 0 to full speed. It's a pretty interesting race when you really think about it. We only ran 160 last year. Coleman had just come back. You both are defending world indoor champions. Let's take a look at your only 60-meter race last year.
Well, Bromell and Coleman pretty tight out of the blocks, and Coleman now moving away. Christian Coleman challenged late there by Bromell, and on the inside, Ronnie Baker was coming too.
So I started laughing because I know everybody is about to eat this shit alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was something that like everybody wanted to see. And yeah, it's a good indicator to see what the rest of the season gonna go, and I know it was gonna put on a show to have people talking. I only went there solely just because I knew it was gonna be a good hype race. Marvin and a couple other guys was doing like, 1080 speed technique stuff. Like me and Andre was still doing like 200s and stuff like that, like over distance. I do want to see what it feel like to race against the world record holder in the 60. You feel me?
Indoors is it's an opportunity for people to just have some fun and clash.
Hey, New Balance Indoor Nationals.
You calling people out?
Next year, I'm only gonna probably run 160 again, and obviously I have to run at the New Balance meet. And it's the new facility. Bro, when I tell you it's gonna be like a concert, if you want a show, come to the New Balance meet, dog.
You're saying that Marcel should show up. You're saying that Fred should show up. You're saying that Marvin should show up.
Yeah, everybody. But we're trying to get Fred to run the 60, man.
You know what I had too? I had Birmingham, yo.
Which one? The one I ran well, or the one I false started?
The false start, dog.
Trayvon Bromell, DeGrasse Prescott, Aaron Brown and Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake. The men's 100 metres. Well, it's Trayvon.
What is it that makes you go before the gun goes?
For me, yo, like I was too ready. I was too ready. And what I mean by that, before the race, like we was out in the warm-up area, we was doing starts and everything. And before I went on the track, yo, I promise you, like I kid you not, right hand to the man, y'all know me and my feet. I ran 6:27 through the 60 in the warm-up area. Everybody say I can't, Trey can't run good overseas. He don't. I'm like, I'm about to prove everybody wrong right here. I'm about to put track and field on hold right now. And then when I heard that, get out, I was like, dog. I was like, I did not false start.
Is it not possible for you guys to just be like, look, man, there's a camera flashing in the front row, and that's what set me off. Like, I want to run.
Me personally, dog, I just be like, man, if it wasn't meant for me, it wasn't meant for me. Because who's to say, what if I would have got back in the race, and what if I would have did it again? Because we had another false start right after me. I look at it like, look, track and field should be one and done.
So you like the one false start rule?
I like the one false start rule if it makes sense. If you false start, like if it's blatant, like, come on, yo, like, you go, like, simple as that. But if it's like that thing with Devin, like, come on, bro, like, let that man run. 0.9999, come on, bro, like, let that man run. I was in the stadium when that happened. I'm like, who false started? That whole pressure block sensor, and if it's under 1.0 is illegal, like, bro, it's 0.999, bro. Like, our sport is about speed. If we're dialed in enough to be able to react to that sound, let it be. Don't just be on that, oh, well, the machine said this, we got to go with this. Like, come on, bro. You couldn't even see that with the naked eye.
I feel like if you start after the gun, they should just let it go. If you've taken the risk to guess and you caught it, there should be some reward for that, as long as you're after the gun. If it's before the gun, then that's a blatant false start, dog.
Yeah,
I feel like it's just a lot less confusion, yo.
Game, dog. Some people, like, hearing, like, their cognitive, like that mechanism, they're able to pick that thing up quicker than the next man. And that's part of the game. If it's a legal false start, you might as well just hang it up, get back ready. And look, shoot, because of the false start, I saved my legs. I went to pre, and yeah, shoot, I was straight.
Diamond League wise, Prefontaine Classic, there's some good names. This could be the best 100 of the year last year. And I know you like this race, so we're going to go through it.
Yes, man, I know you like this race.
I know you do, dog. Come on, man.
It was just this aura that was in the environment, bro. I don't know if it was me, but I was like, I was here, bro. This was me and Coleman second time racing each other, and obviously we went from indoor to outdoor. We know Coleman got him in the 60. Let's see what that last 40 meters gonna look like. Obviously, it's in our minds too. Then, you had Fred. Fred had already ran early in the year. He had dropped the 9, he had dropped the 44, something like that early in the year. He had ran 19 at Mount Sac too. Obviously I ran, and I ran the fast opener at the Jacksonville meet.
From the inside, Jamelli, Bromell, DeGrasse, Sonny Brown, Genier. Let's find out what the time is. 9:75.
It was hype behind this thing, you feel me? This is the race.
Coleman just got left a little bit, and Bromell gets out quicker, but it's Christian Coleman who's coming to the front, and Bromell is trying to hold him off, and Bromell comes away again. It's going to be Bromell who's getting it from Carly. 9:93.
For me, as you see, like, it was like I'm driving, then it's like I came up, and like I kind of like boom, like went back, but then I have a fast acceleration, so my legs is just like da-da-da-da-da-da, like that. So it's almost like cartoon effect. Like I'm able to catch up. Because if you see at that transition from like 40 to 50, kind of like 35 to 50, like Coleman he had got a quick edge because of shit. I mean, he's a world record holder. Like his formation from 0 to 60 is going to be the same since he broke the world record. Like that right there is natural to him. When I noticed that, I'm like here, I'm like, okay, when I stand up, Trey, go. Like when I stood up, it was just like bump, 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 and like I felt myself just like move up to the front, and I was just like, shoot, now it's just all about maintaining.
That was an early celebration, dog.
Yeah, if I didn't do that, I probably would have ran 9.8. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be looking back and I be like, damn, I gotta chill on that shit.
It's better to do this. There's more to it. Anyone watching the race that doesn't really understand the clock would rather see some dominance, rather see some showmanship, something that you could feel.
But an emphatic win for him.
People want to feel something, dog. So let's talk about the super shoe crisis, dog.
Man, take them away.
These look pretty normal.
Yep.
I heard an interesting perspective. One coach has said to me, well, the super shoes reward good technique, so now it's forcing coaches to have to coach. That is kind of a good point, but at the same time, how much are we going to take away from natural ability?
Exactly.
But it seems like if you want to be a part of the game, you're going to have to jump on board with the tech. So where are you at as far as that's concerned?
I don't care for it, bro. Like, it ain't that light pole to light pole racing no more. It seems like now it's more the equipment than the person. If you was to ask me today, how many people would show up to a track meet and they say, hey, y'all, we hosting a meet, but you cannot wear no super spikes. You have to wear OG spikes. How many people you think feel comfortable not running with the super spikes?
Not many.
Exactly. So is it more now the ability or is it the equipment? You brought in NASCAR drivers, and now I like that because yes, it's racing, but how much of it is strictly the driver or maintenance on the vehicles? Having the right tires, having the right rotors, having the right carbon fiber, like all that stuff plays a part. So like when we had these super spikes, really it comes down to who's the best company in developing the shoe. Because companies that's behind, let's remember, Nike already had their spike ready. And then when they dropped theirs, all the companies like, oh crap, we gotta build something now. So now it's all about who got the best tech. There's other people and other companies that tested out certain spikes. And there's certain development that makes a certain spike better than the other companies. Like it's almost giving somebody the upper hand, right? It's almost like me going into a ring where somebody got weighted gloves. Yes, we might both have the same technique, but when he punched me, it's gonna feel totally different from when I punch him. I feel like when we was in an era where it was strictly who had a stiff spike plate or who spike plate had the more curvature or whatever, that was the era where we really seen the talent. Now it's like, okay, with these super spikes, how much of it is them? I said in conferences, bro, where they literally tell you how much give back that the spike gives. So it like they're literally in your face saying this spike will propel you forward. It will help you better. Certain companies have things patented. So like, for instance, New Balance, Adidas, Puma, they can't use an air bubble. Nike has had that patent since Nike Air Maxes came out before I was even thought of. So we can't use that, right? The foam and stuff that we as New Balance have, other companies can't use. So it's like everything is patented. It's not like an equal playing field. Now, if it was a certain material that everybody used, like for instance, if everybody's spike was made like Nike's, like everybody's spike was made like New Balance, then I say, okay, it's an equal playing field. Why? Because everybody pretty much got the same thing on. Where you remember back in the day, really the only difference was the upper. Nike may have like some sleek material. Adidas used to have like the fly net material, like what Tyson used to race in. That was the only difference.
But the plate was the same.
Was all the same. The shoe matters in the instance of now. That's why I said, if you hosted a track meet where it's no super spikes, how many people will actually line up?